Escape. We're going to talk preferences. We're going to talk roleplay for a second. If you're like me and you like to get into your character a little bit more, you like to kind of get in their head and not worry so much about min-maxing light and dark and stuff like that. I'm actually going to back out of this real quick. So obviously, those of you who are familiar with BioWare games are familiar with the morality system. Those of you who are not, remember to check your character. You press C, you're going to look here. You've got a light side rating and a dark side rating, and this sort of tracks the general niciness of your character. And you can kind of look here. Right now I'm fairly balanced. If you want to make sure you're always making the right quote-unquote decision as to whether to go light side or dark side, then in that case you don't want to turn that off, but you just keep in mind that generally the top option is going to be the lighter option, the bottom option is going to be the darker option, and everything in between kind of runs that gamut, generally speaking, but not always. But there'll be a little indicator that says, oh, it's a light side option, it'll have a little blue star, or it's a dark side option, it'll have a little red downward triangle. But if you're like me, like I said, and you want to focus more on role-playing, and you don't want to have that ticking in your head, let's look through our... I want to say this is a user interface thing. So, show conversation alignment gain on mouseover. So in the UI, we're going to click this, and that's going to turn that off. And on top of this, I've also got it turned off to where it won't show it next to the choice. So you're kind of good to go there. So that is going to keep what you saw earlier from happening, where when you when you hit the button, it's gonna, or when you hover over the button, it's not going to show you, it's not going to hold your hand anymore. You're just going to have to kind of think about what does better for my character, right? It gives you another option, a little bit more control over your roleplay experience. And I love that option. I'm so glad they have that for all of us to enjoy.
The Sith are playing.
Right, and here's where we can kind of see it pay off, where I turned off the indicator, like the hover indicator of light versus dark. Like, obviously, I know in my head, this is the light option, this is the dark option. Probably, but I don't know 100% for sure. And this allows me to kind of decide what I want to do. I'm going to deal with the accuser.
I'll eliminate the man who sent me.
And here you go.
Never liked him anyway.
It's a dark side option.
Poor scum. Should have